Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King, also 150,000 other titles to choose from, so be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process, so what the fuck do you have to lose? Tacos. The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck are you talking about, atheist?
It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be light.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, where we DP the fuck out of the news. I am Ben, and I am here with TJ and Scotty.
No, we're not here.
I'm not here either.
We missed the show.
The minions of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
I'm elsewhere.
No, where are you?
Elsewhere.
Where?
Elsewhere.
He's elsewhere.
Where, though?
Else.
He's in the land of else.
Where?
Else, motherfucker.
Else.
Do you speak
Fucking
it?
thing sucks.
Yeah,
If I keep sitting like this,
TJ
my
does
leg is
suck.
going to fall asleep.
Okay.
It's going to be bad.
How do you...
Well, your brain has already been in permanent slumber anyway.
How would you prefer to sit?
I don't know. I'm working on finding the energy to move to a new position. So.
Okay.
TJ randomly bought some chairs today.
Yeah.
He's like, it was well, like we were
I
like,
need to buy a chair, motherfucker. Buy chairs. I mean, I will.
well, he's like, he described his like perfect chair. He's like, I want a Lazy Boy, but a Lazy Boy ripoff. I don't want $15. I want to get a chair, but it has to be this kind. And then Holly was like, do you really need a chair, TJ? And he's like, I need a chair. Just because he was challenged on it. He's like, I really need a chair today.
So you just decided that there was a did you know where you wanted to put the chair? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, he did know.
There's a void in my life that only
chair.
two red chairs from Goodwill could fill.
Okay, and where did you put them?
They're going down in my room.
Indy.
On my
There's
rum.
rum.
Where I
Well,
drink.
I gave TJ my old TV when we bought like the 60, like last year. I'm like, I've had it for like 7 or 8 years, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna watch movies and shit on it. But he had nowhere to sit. He's like, okay, well, it's just been sitting down there for like about a year now.
Yeah, so I've decided to finally buy a chair so I can actually use.
You can now use it
the
finally.
TV that's been in my room.
You know what? I think we're having some technical issues so far.
Sexual issues.
Things are looking pretty messed up. Yeah. It's looking pretty bad. So
Uh-oh.
I think we need to come back. So we'll be back.
Connection issues. Shit on it, but he had nowhere to sit. He's like, okay, well, it's just been sitting down there for like about a.
All right, sorry about that. I think we were having some connection issues, but it seems like we're okay now.
Yeah, we're all right. We'll be okay.
I just
Somehow, some way.
Let's just blame Canada.
I always have hated Canada. And, you know, the mark of their
I've always
country...
hated Canada.
I've always hated Canada. You know, the mark of their country is a leaf, and as we all know, leaves are evil. So,
I like how you really can't goad Canadians into saying anything. Like, I literally call them evil, and they're just like so like oh. I don't know really how to respond to that, so I'm just gonna be like, I see.
Oh.
Because I've had to do a bunch of them now. I'm like, fucking Canadians, you guys are fucking shit, and they're just like,
Oh.
I see.
I see. Ah, interesting.
Now, see, that wouldn't work if you went to somewhere like Texas or something. You're like, Texas might not be the best state, some mild statement. And then you have like 5 guys pointing guns at you and like declaring Texas to be the greatest state of all time and should be its own country.
It's not a state, it's a republic,
Yeah, the
Scotty.
Republic of Texas.
The People's Republic. It's definitely not a People's Republic.
Yes, I think we're finally running the way we should be. I don't see any.
But never criticize
issues.
Texas, man. Whatever you do, never criticize Texas.
The only people that think Texas is cool are people from Texas.
But there's so many of them.
Oh, that's true.
They are legion, Ben.
And obviously that's a joke. I'm sure there are people who don't live in Texas that like it. But
Oh, of course. There's plenty of people like, oh, Texas is awesome. And it's like,
I guess there's like some really dumb guys who used to watch Walker Texas Ranger, maybe. When you're in Texas, look behind you. They're like, oh yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Austin, but that's
Maybe
heard
if
it's like
I
not
go
like
to
the rest
Texas,
of Texas.
Chuck Norris will creep behind me and do things to me.
Do you remember the episode where they had the it was like Walker Texas Ranger, and they took on the Klan, but the Klan
Yes.
were godless.
Yeah, they turned the KKK into like atheists who burn crosses.
what?
Yeah.
Yes.
They were burning crosses to be like, look at your inferior God and his supposed notions of racial equality. And then it rained and the cross went out and it's like, look, God is present here in these events.
What the fuck?
Guiding the hand of Walker, Texas Ranger.
And then he kicked a bunch of like Klansmen ass.
Yeah, then he fucking, roundhouse kicked him with bad camera editing effects. Because he was pretty old by the time they did that series.
All right, so let's get into it. Back by popular demand.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
The better of the two trolls.
Everyone's favorite song.
I love it.
So is this a troll or not a troll? Let us know in the comments.
Troll. I say troll.
Listen up, you pony-loving weirdos, because I'm only gonna tell you this once. If you are an adult and you like My Little Pony, then you are a loser. Unless you support me, then you're cool and I like you. I am sick of seeing your pony avatars in the comment sections of my videos. If you like ponies, you are a man-child, and I will steal your lunch money. Don't make Big Daddy Dylan unleash his wrath on you.
Troll.
Now, bronies, heed my warning. Stop
Troll that
watching
likes Dominoes. So
cartoon ponies.
he's a troll
or
with bad
else,
taste.
Obviously.
Because Domino's is like,
Troll or Dominoes.
I mean, Domino's is only better than Pizza Hut.
Maybe
that's
this
the most
is
positive thing.
Maybe
you
this
can
is
say
like a
about it.
subtle Domino's ad.
Domino. Yeah, Domino's is prominently featured. They order a lot. He ordered.
We'll put Domino's boxes in the background, and we'll make the person in the foreground so unlistened toable that you'll just immediately zero in on the Domino's
It's like,
boxes.
That's what happened.
We'll try out some pizza.
And actually, I
smart
don't think our
marketing.
audience can actually see the Domino's boxes that well because of my fat fucking head. But trust me, they're there, and they're very
Yeah.
prominent. Makes you
Your
want
parents
Domino's.
failed to
But
teach
he's
you how to
definitely
be
a troll.
adults, so it looks like Big Daddy Dylan has to step in
Troll.
and discipline you. You will stop watching children's cartoons, and you will start watching more adult-oriented situational comedies such as 2.5 Men.
Okay, there's no credibility left after you make a statement like "Watch 2.5 Men." Like, doo! Credibility is gone.
It's such a hoot, though, Scotty.
He's a hoot.
It's such a hoot.
It ended.
It's a
Ben.
hoot nanny.
I know it ended because it was like all over the internet, like 2.5 Men is over. And it's like, okay, that's some lame comedy is
Yeah,
over.
it was pretty lame, actually.
It was so fucking.
I heard
lame.
that Charlie Sheen's character dies in the last episode, though.
Really?
I heard like a piano falls on him.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's how they killed him off or something.
Yeah, and I guess Charlie Sheen said he was like mad or whatever, but who cares?
Who cares? But I'm going with Troll. What are you guys going with?
Troll.
Troll.
Okay.
I wouldn't even necessarily say troll though, like more like almost just like create. Like I guess we could go with troll.
TJ, you asked for videos of the Vigilant Christian contradicting himself, and there's a bunch of them.
Oh sweet.
I've got 3 of them lined up right now.
Let's take a look at one.
All right, we'll do this one.
The Vigilant Christian. defending Christian
I
truth.
really don't see any of the need.
One is Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for a video
Hold
of
on.
absolute YouTube.
This is the wrong one.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That was my mistake.
Fucking
Actually,
Ben and his mistakes.
But it's funny, you know how he made the OK sign, and he's like, that's just an OK sign. I saw a different video that he made where it shows John Cena making that hand sign that he makes, and he was saying that it was satanic.
John Cena is not cool enough to be satanic, all right?
Nope.
No.
All right, here we go.
I never said in my videos that every single time you see someone doing a pyramid or doing an OK sign with their hands, that automatically it associates them to the secret society that is bringing about the New World Order.
All right.
I'm sure it holds up.
It's no surprise that Chris Brown is using a satanic symbol, the Illuminati power structure symbol, as the symbol for his new clothing line. Music artists will flash this hand sign. It's to show allegiance to the Illuminati and the satanic cults. And if you notice, it's very distinguishable that those are 3 6s. The 3 fingers are put up to each one of them with this make a 6.
Looks like
You
what
notice
Mario's
right
doing.
here that we see the satanic hand sign done by Peter. This is not coincidence. This is symbolism. So like I said, the Illuminati symbolism here again. We see the pyramid and the eye, guys. Always the left eye. It's the left eye of Horus. And we have the triangle here. And here you have the black and white checkerboard floor, as I just pointed out. The sun god, the
What?
face, and the
Kirby
sun in
part of the
face.
Illuminati?
Kirby is
Representation
fucking
of
Illuminati, dude.
Sun god.
Even
So
fucking
here you have sun
Kirby is
god
part of the
worship, black and
Illuminati.
Yeah.
How ridiculous! Like, you see this like little like cute like fluffy looking character that inflates himself. Yeah, part of the Illuminati. It's like, but he's just
That's
a video
just
game.
so they can keep it from you, Scotty.
But, you know,
He's just a
yeah, they make
a
him
video
look
game
innocent,
character.
but, you know, you let Kirby into your heart instead of Jesus, and, you know, you have only yourself to fucking blame when you're burning in hell later on.
Seems like a risk I'm willing to take. So I do like that.
When you go to heaven, Jesus is like, did you play Kirby's Dream Land?
Yeah, I love that fucking
Yeah,
game.
that was awesome. I love
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I love that game.
Oh,
so.
yeah? Well, that was satanic propaganda. Burn in hell, scum.
Kirby needs to cut the Vigilant Christian.
Wait.
Teach him a lesson. Come on, Kirby.
Parts 2 through infinity coming perpetually. I dig it.
Yeah, and
Get up here and insert things into certain parts of your body or claim to do that, and all of a sudden you're a YouTube star.
Anal atheist.
Oh, shit. They figured it out, dude.
Yep.
She just part of the Illuminati.
I've always been part of the Illuminati. I'm open
That's
with it.
true.
I'm open with my Illuminati allegiances.
do you want to watch another one that I have, or do you want to move on?
Let's move on.
All right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
It's Big Fat Reverend Bird! And I'm here in the heart of Detroit. Turn that camera around, let them see where we're standing. This, my friends, is the city of Detroit. This is what they call the hood. This is where I'm supposed to make money and feed my family. I had to come to you on a serious note today. You see that? We're preaching, Reverend, 2011.
Well, it looks like the graffiti
Fuck
business
that.
is
It's
booming.
2012, 2013. I'm coming in here. I'm getting healthy. I'm doing a workout. I'm climbing buildings. Actually, I kind of like one floor of stairs, and then I kind of bitched out because I saw wasn't no safety railings. And if I fall and bust my ass, ain't no hospital gonna come get me in the hood. So I ain't got medical insurance. I need to save my ass. I'm too pretty for this shit. Nah, I'm just playing. But seriously, you see this shit here right now, man. What the fuck is going on in the world? That's what the fuck I want to know. Pick up this mask right here. The fuck does this stand for? Anybody that knows fucking half their shit knows what the fuck this is. This is a revolution. This is how we're supposed to
for
live.
Vendetta, man.
This is what the fuck's supposed to be
I've
going
seen
on in
that
this
shit.
country. You got fucking 20 innocent school children died last week. And all Obama's got to say is, oh, well, I don't know. I guess things like this just happen. We don't have an answer for it. The fuck are we supposed to do? This is the normal way of living now?
I don't remember Obama saying that, though. I don't remember the Obama speech was like, well, you know, I don't have an answer.
I don't have an answer.
Even if he didn't, which he doesn't, because, I mean, like, who even does have an answer, really?
Why isn't this guy going to start blaming the various trade agreements like, you know, NAFTA and other economic realities changing, like manufacturing going elsewhere, and Detroit being so dependent on the car manufacturing business and other industries.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I would say I would attack flawed economic policies if you believe that like it's flawed in the sense that you want this to be a manufacturing base again. I guess is what they're saying.
We're the only country where like you can see an area this impoverished but really really fat people.
Yeah.
Like pretty much any other country that looks like that, you see a bunch of like really scrawny motherfuckers shambling around, like looking for something to eat.
And this guy also mentioned he doesn't have health insurance, so
wasn't it Obama
Not
that like
good.
bailed out the auto industry anyway?
Didn't that happen when Bush was in office?
Was it Bush?
No, it was Obama.
It was Obama.
Pretty sure. 98% sure. I'm leaving a 2% margin for my memory shitty error.
And it was Mitt Romney that wanted Detroit to go bankrupt.
Yeah. Oh, but Ben, remember, not like the private equity groups, like he's from, or the financial companies. They can't go bankrupt, but GM can go bankrupt, and other ones. It's fine if they go bankrupt.
I see.
Fucking elementary school kids get shot because some fucked up psychopath didn't get help from the system. But we're worried about wars in Afghanistan. We're worried about fucking feeding starving children in Africa. There's motherfuckers living in these buildings. Fucking living in them. Scrapping fucking copper to fucking live, to fucking feed themselves. You don't know shit about the...
I mean, we all know.
Irony?
And like, he doesn't look like he's having a problem feeding himself. I guess I'll just say it.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, I understand that just because he's fat. I mean, like he's probably not getting proper nutrition and shit, and that's a whole other story. But like, he looks like he just like eats sticks of butter for breakfast. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's all you can afford. I just have to live on margarine. I just buy like 3 tubs if I can't believe it's not butter every morning and just eat them with a fucking teaspoon.
I mean, if he's saying like I'm so poor, it's like you seem to eat enough. It's just, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't change your economic circumstances or that makes you a bad person, but it really doesn't look like you're in want of food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do know what you mean.
You don't know about this shit until you fucking live it. So you know what? It's all right. Reverend Barnes here for you today. I'm here for you. Because you know what? If you won't stand up and fight, we'll do it for you. Hold this shit up there, right here. Until you wake up, America, we will fight for you. There's people like me that will be a voice for the voiceless. Someone that doesn't have the courage to say what they need to say, to get what they need, I will speak for you.
I'm glad this guy is just appointing himself like the representative of Detroit.
He is.
I'm
now.
like I declare myself de facto Detroit spokesperson. I speak for the people.
And that's how the fuck
I'm not
it is.
busy eating the
so
people.
Until next time, suck my man titties, bitch. There we go. I like that. I think that worked out well.
Hear how hard he's breathing? Wow.
I had to get through like sentences. I mean, like, whatever, I mean, at least he's socially conscious and involved, but I don't think he's the voice we need. It's not like, there's obvious problems with him as a spokesperson that, range from not being like the ideal appearance to just not being extremely eloquent as a speaker or even really identifying any of the issues that actually are affecting what's going on. Like, you can't just sit there and be like, man, you don't know what's going on here. And Obama, he just like, I don't know, man. It's like you're not really addressing anything substantively. So I don't see the point.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll move on to the next one. This is a guy that we've had on the show before, and he's a piece of shit, and the video will speak for itself.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hello, Theodore Shoebut here, giving you guys another message
Shoebut?
that you will not hear at church. I guarantee that.
Is his name
How
Shoebut?
to
Don't go
argue
to church.
with a fanatic, radical homosexual who's just getting up on your face and giving you the same drivel, the same rhetoric that we've been hearing for years. God loves me. God has no problems with homosexuals. I'm normal. It's all about equality and love and liberty and acceptance and toleration and being compassionate, all that nonsense, and how they hijack these words and use them to justify their deviancy. And so I was looking around on the internet recently, and I found a video of some street preachers. I don't know what their names are. I tried to find their names. I couldn't find them. But if you're out there and you're listening, let me know. And there was a video of them. I believe it was filmed in the state of Florida, and they were preaching against homosexuality. Now, I love these street preachers. They're hilarious. They're very blunt. They get right to it. They don't mess around. They just give you the truth. They declare what the Bible says about homosexuality, about
if you reach a point in your life where you're like,
evil ideas.
Man, you know who's a classy group of guys, man?
Annoying street
preachers, man. You know, the way they just like yell unsolicited opinions at unsuspecting people as they're just trying to get to where they're going. Man, that is classic, you know?
I think the jury is out on this dude. There's enough evidence to declare him a complete scumfuck. I mean, he was also the guy with the pedophiles in the bathroom thing. I remember him.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like the nail in the coffin. Like, he's literally now endorsed street preachers.
Apology about other deviancies.
It said they're great and
they
fun,
don't
funny.
mess around. They do not mess around. These guys are tough. They're not a bunch of like, oh, God loves... No. God loves you. Oh, no, I have no problem with you at all. I love homosexual people. I have friends who are homosexual. None of that nonsense. They give it right to you like Jesus took a whip out, went into the temple, and threw the thieves out. And so these deviant homosexuals attack them, not physically, but verbally attack them. One of them starts screaming at the top of his lungs, talking about how God loves him and how he's accepted by God, more like he's accepted by the devil. And
why do you have a problem with that, though?
Good one, man.
Why does this guy have a problem with that? Like, if he says, well, these street preachers have a right to go and say, you know, you're going to hell, you're going to burn for all time, but then someone says something back to them, it's like, oh, what a bunch of assholes.
You know, because
they're deviant.
The street preachers, Scotty, are just trying to preach the truth. Don't you understand?
No, they're not trying to preach the truth.
Scotty.
They're trying to preach their truth.
No,
their version of the truth.
The truth, Scotty.
Oh, you're right. There's only one.
The truth. The only one.
We know there's only one version of the truth, and it's the Bible.
The one and only, fuck the Rashomon effect, there's only one truth, all right? And the truth is in the Bible, and anyone else who says otherwise is crazy.
Okay, I apologize.
There was this Hispanic-looking man who was one of the street preachers, and he looks like he was a veteran in the U.S. Army, but the way he talks, one, it's hilarious. It's funny. It's entertaining to watch, because I really respect what he's doing, and at the same time, I'm just refreshed at seeing that there's people out there who actually think like me. And he just gives it to these sodomites. He just tongue lashes them. And that's the way you do it.
Okay.
That's the way we as Christians...
He just gives it to these sodomites.
He gives it to them.
Yeah, he
gives
gives it
them
to
real hard.
Real tongue-lashing action. You know what I'm saying? Gives it to them.
GJ, I bet you he gives it to him all night, too.
Mm-hmm.
All night long.
All night long. Baby.
All night long.
Have to confront these deviants. And that's really one of the aspects of being part of the church militant. It's one of the aspects of being a Christian militant, to confront the evil and not compromise with the evil. Play the clip.
Who let you out of the closet? Huh? Who let your sorry carcass out of the closet? You need to get right with God. That's what you don't know God. You don't know God. Oh, you respect women. You need to honor God and fear God is what you need to do. You're an exact example of why America's getting judged by God. Homos just like you come out here and think, oh, it's okay to get screwed in the rectum. It is not okay to be packing fudge all night long. Who the fuck are you to judge me? Wicked and
all night long.
That's what I am. That's who I am.
What about if it's just...
I love that guy. You know, that dude, that That guy who's like just like screaming at people and persecuting them on the streets. I love him, man. He's cool. That's like my role model, man. I'm just gonna go out and do that now. I'm gonna go off on the streets and just yell my opinions at people.
Yeah, and this
see people. I'll just like stand outside the movie theater and shit. Somebody be like, "Oh, can we have like 2 tickets for the Hunger Games?" Hunger Games sucks, you fucking morons.
Make believe.
What are you, a fucking bunch of idiots? You should be seeing this movie instead. Fucking pieces of shit.
Not only that, this dude is like totally endorsing. He's like, yeah, I admire it. I look up to this guy. I wish I could be just as cool as him.
He's a tough guy. He's tough, man.
He looks like he was like in the army, man.
Yeah.
He's wearing an army hat, you know? I feel him. I got a man crush on him, to be honest with you.
Shut you! On the road to hell! What a wicked, vile, perverted individual, full of the devil and damning this country straight to hell! Shut up! And that goes for you too, you lesbian dyke! You're gonna rot in hell! You shut your mouth, go put some clothes on, your husband did a lousy job training you! Shut up!
Your husband did a lousy job training you.
You need to go back to obedience school!
What an enlightened guy.
I love him, dude. You know, he's funny, and he just, you know, he talks the truth.
He's funny.
He talks the truth. You hear all the jokes he's laying down, you know?
You're a dyke. Your husband didn't train you.
Yeah, your husband didn't train you properly, you fucking dyke. You know, I'm a Christian.
Zing! He's got some zingers.
How poorly trained was she? You know.
Yeah.
There's dogs that obey better than you. There's animals that obey better than you. That's right, nothing to say, hag. On the road to hell.
Because most people don't walk around with a megaphone in their hands, you dipshit.
On the road to hell. What's he gonna do?
These aren't even jokes, these are just insults.
When are you men gonna stand up and shut these hags up and be men? When are you gonna stand
Now he's
up,
saying he's
get a Bible in
anti-freedom
the
of
house,
speech.
and
Okay. He's basically saying,
Oh, wait, look,
shut these hags
We
up.
can see what what army he's actually a member of there.
Yeah, God's army.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people like this, and you know, what is it? Dusty has videos where he goes and argues with these people too. And he's like, people are just trying to enjoy their fucking day. Like, what is your fucking problem? It's like, oh, well, I have a right to be out here yelling at people. It's like, well, according to the Constitution, you do, but they don't like when anyone yells back at them. I've always noticed that. It's like, don't yell at us. We should have a right to go out there, and like, the Christians would be like, they're being attacked and persecuted for their beliefs. It's like, oh.
I'll tell you what. If I'm ever out there and I see those motherfuckers, I'm gonna fucking beat their asses.
I saw them when I went to the Arnold Sports Festival. They were out front.
Oh, you did?
There.
Did you kick them in the nuts?
No, but I got them on video.
Why didn't you kick him in the nuts, Ben?
Because I don't want to go to jail.
Pussy. Ben's a pussy, everybody. Doesn't stand up for fucking freedom.
We want to see you do it then, TJ.
I will.
All right, go ahead. We're going to laugh as you go to jail, too.
I ain't going to jail.
You should have run away.
If you attack someone, you're not going to go to jail.
Nope.
Did you say run away?
He's going to run
TJ?
away.
TJ will run.
He'll run away to like a car waiting for him.
I'll bounce away.
He'll make sure it's like a block away. He could probably do that. Like have a cab, just wait here, and then I'll be back in like 10 seconds or something. And then he goes BAM! And he just runs to the cab, and they just go, and he escapes. Is that what you mean, TJ?
I should get some. I could just bring my own megaphone.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
I'll just preach some total gibberish right next to them.
That would actually be funnier.
If they have a megaphone, I'm not sure if the people here have one. I think they're just really loud.
Well, I'll bring a megaphone. Then I'll be able to out-yell them. Of course, I'll probably go to fucking jail for some stupid city noise ordinance or some shit.
Yeah, that's why you.
But this guy is getting away with it, so whatever.
I don't know where
It
this
looks
is
like
or the context.
A lot of times these guys get permits and they fucking basically have to like pay some police and they stand out there and just yell this shit. Like that's what this looks like because they're having like a demonstration. It looks like.
And throw out all the pornography, all the trash in the house, and say, we're going to live for Jesus. Right. When are you going to be men already?
Yeah.
And get the kids in order, and quit letting your daughters go out of the house dressed like a whore. When are you men going to stand up for what's right? low down and cowardly you've become.
Wow.
I guess this guy doesn't believe in consent. He believes consent is when he wants it. Well, that'd be his defense if he ever rapes a woman. He'll just be all like, hey,
God.
I mean, God. I mean, read the Bible. I mean,
God.
technically.
I like to try and do his little scripture reading on a judge.
He definitely would. He'd be like, God knows my intentions
He'd
are
bust
pure.
out the megaphone in the courtroom.
God knows I was.
This is why this is a sinful, godless nation.
Yeah.
That sorry example of a president we have put his split hooves on this book. Don't you tell me this country wasn't founded on the Bible. Yeah, another faggot right here. You're an old-time faggot, ain't you?
Kick him in the nuts. Kick him in the nuts.
You're gonna rot in hell. Don't you grab your
I like this one guy who's just like treating it like a comedy show.
I hope you guys can really
both those guys
appreciate
were, I
what I'm
guess.
trying to show you guys, because I know some of you will say, well, this is
Oh,
not
yeah, I
Christ,
forgot
like,
about you. Oh,
rubbish.
yeah.
Christ took a whip and drove the thieves out. They'll say that this is not what the scriptures teach. That's also a load of crap, because plenty of times Christ berates, he screams, and he insults his enemies.
I love that this guy is like making this argument to tie Christianity to that kind of behavior. Like, that's not doing Christianity any favors.
To him, it is for some reason.
Yeah, like if he thinks anyone's gonna watch this and listen to his like sound reasoning why Christianity says this is okay, because really, if you look at the Bible, yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, well, I mean, also with this guy too. I mean, if he supports this, and it's like, well, surely you support slavery. Surely you support genocide. As long as God endorses it, of course. But I mean, anyone can just say, well, God endorsed this. Like, I prayed, and God answered my prayer. I should go kill all these people, so I did. You know what I mean? I'm not just doing it because I'm an asshole, or because I want power for myself. I'm doing it because, some invisible man in the sky told me it was okay.
Time did similar things when he was in the court, when the Jews were trying to frame him. It was, very similar. Peter went so far as to say to Sapphira and Ananias, you're going to die right now because you lied to God, you lied to the Holy Spirit. I mean, this Christianity, we always talk about compassion as though it's some sort of pie in the sky concept, just this sort of very nominal, almost Gnostic concept. In fact, it's real. The love of God is real, and part of that love, and one of the mistakes I see people do is they like to break down God's character. So they say, well, he's love, but he also has justice, and they think that love is tolerance and acceptance. No, part of God is love.
God is love.
Hold on.
I'm following every word, Ben. It makes all
just meandering nonsense. My definition of the invisible man in the sky is the correct one, and these other people, when they say this, they're crazy. It's like, no, you're all crazy. You probably more so than them, though.
Batman the Animated Series is the only true Batman canon.
God is love.
Superseding even the comics.
Love consists of destroying evil, of berating evil, correcting evil, destroying and extirpating evil from society. This
Giving
is what the
evil
war
an
against the Canaanites
F.
was about. In Romans 13, it says right there, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery. And whatever law is written, it is written.
Huh. It's still, Okay, alright, we're back. We're back now.
We're back?
Yeah, we're back.
What's
Sorry,
up with
our internet
Jesus'
connection.
eye?
Yeah, internet connection dropped suddenly.
Well, that's obvious. It's all fucked.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not obvious to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, the lights on the modem went crazy and everything.
Yeah.
So,
we don't know what's going on.
yeah. So it might
Could
drop
be
out
anything.
again, but we're going to keep trying.
There's asteroids interference.
I want to blame
Who knows?
TJ for this problem.
But the
because-
point is, look at Jesus' eye there. For fuck's sake. What's going on? It's infected. It looks like I seriously, I want to squeeze pus out of that fucking eye. What's going on there?
Jesus kind of looks like
swollen.
He kind of looks like Jafar here too. Jesus and Jafar are one.
All he needs is fucking Gilbert Gottfried sitting on his arm.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll try another video here.
Society today is like pushing homosexuality down everybody's throat.
Disgusting.
Pushing homosexuality down our throats.
As a parent, I think it's important to start training your children at a young age.
There's that word
against
again.
Becoming a homosexual.
Training.
I believe that just as you train a child not to be a drug addict, abuse alcohol.
Wait, you train your children?
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Not to be promiscuous is just as important.
And Jesus said,
"You train
them
them?
fags is bad."
See, this is why Christians are stupid.
Dude,
as even
train.
as parents. It's like we're just gonna train them not to do bad things. It's like we're not gonna actually try to like instill like values and ethics where you can like figure out these situations in a rational manner on your own. We're just gonna like give you a list of stuff
Dude.
you're not supposed to do.
Dude, they act like it's a fucking dog. It's like, I need to get my child trained up on that. You know, after house trained, it's fag training.
It is to train them not to be a homosexual.
And that's why you don't like dicks in your butt.
Yeah, why they show him what he's saying to the kids? It's like,
yeah, what's up with the weird music?
Yeah, you know, like I want to hear this little speech he's making to these kids about like how to not be gay.
Yeah.
Jesus said being a fag's real bad, okay? Real bad. These kids look fucking bored to tears. Like, okay.
If you ever have these
What I did as
feelings,
a
that's
parent,
wrong.
When my children were younger, I started teaching them to guard their privacy. I made sure that they knew to get dressed in private. They took showers in private. And this is one of the first lessons that I think a parent should do is teach your children, you know, your body is private. It's not to be shared. You need to get, you know, when you get dressed, you need to do it in a private place. When you take a shower.
Preferably in a sleeping bag.
First thing you do is you teach your children that their body is a dirty and shameful thing.
Yeah, be ashamed. Come on, son. You need to be
You know,
ashamed.
no one wants to see that. No one needs to see that ever, under any circumstances, until that very special day when you are married.
And then you may have sex, but only for procreation.
And only on, you know, your wedding night or on your anniversary.
Yes.
To do it
for all eternity.
alone.
Yes. Run.
Good night, official. I'm 11 years old. 5 seasons according to
He was just like, we can have respect for them, but he's all like talking about them like they're all like child predators and shit.
Yeah, you can respect them.
Okay, you can respect them insofar as you don't kill them on sight, you see?
Respect them like you would, you know, like a lion or something. Just keep far away. Far, far away.
Don't run, though. They can sense fear.
They sense the fear of it.
because our bodies are quite and we need a condom.
Guard that for
It's
God.
wrong to be a homosexual.
Just put a chastity device on the wall.
It's an immoral choice, just like it's wrong to be a drug addict. Just like it's wrong to be
It's
an
the same
alcoholic.
thing.
Just like it's wrong to be a thief.
Or a ninja.
Just like it's wrong to be an uptight fucking bigot. Oh, wait, but you skipped that one.
I don't even think drug addict and or you know alcoholic deserves to be lumped in with thief anyway.
Right.
It's like, you know, doing something that negatively affects yourself is one thing.
The worst one is fucking he's trying to lump homosexual into that group.
Oh, I know, but that's obviously wrong. But I just want to point out it's really not that much more right to just even use like drug addicts in the same sense.
No, it's fine. They're all evil.
But it's like, you know,
They're all
his
fucking
morality
evil.
just consists of
They're not
like
even
a
in the
binary
same
of good and bad. It's
category.
like, this is good, this is bad.
Nope.
Like
they're all evil.
Like homosexual is nothing comparable to drug addict or alcoholic. Those two are comparable. You
Yeah, you
know, and
haven't
then
read the Bible.
thief is like something totally different.
Just read your Bible and do what it says.
But he just like used them all like they were all similar things.
Yeah, it's like
to one
it's all in
another.
the same vein. It
Yeah.
all goes under the subcategory of like things God doesn't like.
Pure, unadulterated evil.
You don't do these things.
Yeah.
Oh, cause it's bad. Cause God said. It's like, let's not teach them about, like, you don't steal from people because, you know, it's disrespectful and, you know, we all have to coexist in a society together, and the best way to do that, you know, with the optimal results is if we all cooperate and follow these rules. Don't teach them that shit. No, just teach them, like, God don't want you to.
Or somebody else. A positive choice doesn't cause any harm to yourself or somebody else. Homosexuality is a negative choice because it causes harm to yourself and other people.
How? Okay, there's tons of choices that are seem innocuous, but they have terrible results.
You can kind of hear what he's saying, but the horrible music is covering it up.
Yeah.
You said being a homosexual is just
If I
as
was
bad
around
as using
homosexual,
drugs.
I would be respectful, but I would try not to be around negative influences who cause you to do things that are not right.
Oh
But I
my
would
God.
tell teenagers that be influenced with homosexuality that society teaches homosexuality is right, but I'm here to tell them that it's wrong and it spreads diseases.
My name's Jacobin Fisher.
Yeah, because no one's ever gotten a disease from heterosexual.
No,
sex.
it's impossible for any fucking sort of like sexually transmitted disease to happen between
They
straight
spread
people.
diseases.
It's, you know,
I like the kids.
totally
I am a
impossible.
brainwashed zombie. I will say whatever my parents
Yeah.
want me to say.
Like, wow, can you make your voice sound more robotic?
This is what I have been told is
Yeah.
my value
I am
system.
reading a
Therefore,
script.
it is.
I'm 8 years old.
My daddy says people who eat tuna
Homosexuality
fish
causes harm
are
to
destroying
somebody.
America.
It causes diseases that, like HIV. I'm a private person because I sleep in my own bed and I don't take showers with anyone. Nobody.
Okay.
That's not the because. That's describing what you do. You don't actually have a reason for it. It's just been
Yeah.
it's just an instilled behavior. Like, I'm a private person because I have been trained to do these things
Yeah,
in a certain way.
by the main authority figures in my life.
Any sense of individuality I might have had has been crushed into this. I am now like a robot. So
Don't hate
We don't hate them. They're just going to hell.
homosexual people. You know, I teach my children that we have to respect everybody. Would I allow a homosexual into my home? No. No, I would not allow a negative influence into my home.
I think about homosexuality, that a negative choice.
why the
causes
fuck would a
harm to yourself
homosexual
or
want to come in
Yeah,
your house?
why would they
Yeah.
want to go to your house?
What-
like,
what-
that'd be like torture for them.
Sweetie, you want to go visit that Christian homophobe with the weird little brainwashed children? Oh my god, that sounds so fun. It's like, what?
Sounds awesome.
How
God.
does that sound fun to anyone? No.
A positive choice doesn't cause harm to yourself or others. Not. I think homosexuality is a negative choice.
I don't want homosexuals, gays, in my home as setting an example for my children as this is somebody I accept. Just like I wouldn't want a thief in my home. Just like I wouldn't want a thief in my home who could steal my
Tell you what,
things.
I wouldn't want you in my fucking house.
A thief? What a homosexual? Like, I can understand why you don't want a thief in your house because they might steal from you. I don't understand, like, the homosexual, like, what are they? They're gonna influence things by the very being of their gayness.
Yes.
Like, I don't think, like, does he think they're gonna, like, drop trow and, like, fuck in the living room in front of his kids while they're horrified and are just frozen with fear?
Yeah, then the kids are gonna be like, "That looks like fun. Let's do it too."
No, my
Yeah,
God.
they're gay now. Damn it! I
mean,
shouldn't
like,
have let those homosexuals in here.
How flimsy does he think his children's heterosexuality, presumed heterosexuality, really is? Like, if they're
Pretty
straight,
flimsy.
if they're straight and they can just be converted by like a single meeting with a gay person, like he lets a gay person step in his house, bam, his kids are gay. I think they were probably gay all along then.
Yeah.
My message to homosexuals is simple. I respect you, but I don't want my sons to grow up and be like you. That's my message.
That doesn't really seem like respect. Yeah, he said I respect you, and his website is stoplgbt.org. I respect you, but want you destroyed.
It's like a lot of these Christians, they have this like one thing you could say about the last guy we had on here is at least he doesn't bullshit about how he actually like loves us or respects us or anything, or agrees with us on anything. Like that Brian Young guy we had in the debate last Friday is like, I agree. It's like, okay, so you agree on everything up to the conclusion, but then just draw this totally wrong opposite conclusion of what the evidence shows. Okay, that makes sense somehow. And then these people, same deal.
All right, so we'll move on to the next video here. Who's more racist, conservatives or liberals?
I'd say that both are racist.
Yeah.
Would you say they're on equal footing?
No, I would say conservatives are more racist.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And more overtly racist.
All right, let's see.
Hardly a day goes by that someone of prominence, a politician, a talk show host, an entertainer, doesn't call some conservative, or conservatives generally, racist. Here are typical examples. The chairman of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, Congressman Steve Israel. To a significant extent, conservatives are animated by racism. TV newscaster Ed Schultz. This is what the Republican Party stands for. Racism. Oprah Winfrey. There's a level of disrespect for the office that occurs in some cases,
by the way.
and maybe even many cases.
Don't even tell us what they were actually referring to. Just give us like these quotes.
Just cherry pick these quotes.
Right, don't even provide a little context. That might actually help me in forming an opinion other than one you want, so...
The president is African American. There's no question about that. To call someone a racist should be a very serious matter.
Why?
A racist is a person who believes that one race is inherently superior or inferior to another. It's not intelligence or goodness that determines an individual's worth. It's his or her skin color. To say that racism is foolish and stupid, not to mention evil, is to understate the case. Many of their critics, conservatives are that stupid and that evil. But with few exceptions, conservatives are neither. So why is the charge even made?
Few exceptions.
The answer.
Few bad apples.
Why is the charge even made?
Why is it made? I don't.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so hard to figure out.
I mean, he's doing things like not all of us are like this, and it's like, okay, sure.
No one even says that.
No one even believes that.
Though. I've never said all conservatives are racist. Anyone who says that is crazy.
That's definitely a segment of their party, though.
All I'm just saying is, like, if you're like an avowed and open racist and you're choosing your political party, there's concrete why you're going to go with Republicans.
Is primarily to maintain black support for liberals and liberal policies. To back up this charge, the accusers point to conservative. So let's examine some conservative policies to see if they are indeed racist.
Okay.
The long-standing conservative opposition to affirmative action is a good place to start. It was Democratic President John F. Kennedy who first used the term affirmative action in 1961. But affirmative action, in the way we think of it now, wasn't implemented until 1970, during the administration of a Republican president, Richard Nixon. The theory was that, because of historical discrimination, blacks were at a competitive disadvantage to other races and ethnicities. To erase that disadvantage, standards that most blacks presumably couldn't meet had to be lowered. One could make the case that this policy had some utility when it was first put in place, but that was a long time ago. The conservative position is that blacks have repeatedly proven they can compete with anyone without the benefits, demeaning benefits, I might add, of lower standards. There are countless examples of black success in every field at every level. The policy is no longer necessary.
Including me, I am a shill for some Republican propaganda group. I read the script that's laid out in front of me. I don't even have a strong opinion on affirmative action one way or the other, but, the idea that there's no discrepancy substantially between, white people in general and black people in general. Look, there's definitely a lot of fucking broke white people, just as there are poor black people. But if you just look at, the general numbers, white people in America are doing a lot better than black people in pretty much every economic indicator, so
And when it comes to incarceration rates,
Right,
too.
Definitely incarceration rates, and the rates not only at which they're arrested and stopped and stuff like that, but also the rates with which they're convicted of the same crimes. So I mean, there's no way anyone who fucking sits there and says, "Oh, this is all equal and fair and on the level," is full of shit. I mean, I think there are like race baiters like Al Sharpton who try to fucking just stir disenfranchisement wherever they can, like an exploitative fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
But to use like his bad example and dismiss like any sort of charge of racism on the part of America, I mean, like you're just not looking at the fucking facts.
Yeah.
You're being led by ideology at that point.
But the conservative argument goes further. Study after study shows that, in the case of college admissions, affirmative action actually hurts many blacks. By lowering admission standards for blacks and some other minority students, colleges set many of these students up for failure. They get placed in schools for which they're not prepared. And high black dropout rates confirm this view. So does common sense. If white students with mediocre SAT scores were admitted to Ivy League schools, they too would be set up to fail. Let's do the math.
Explain Bush then.
Conservatives believe...
I mean, like, I know it's an easy target, but I mean, like, that's exactly what it was. It's just like a mediocre mind sent to an Ivy League school.
Scotty,
he did okay.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, God. That was... Like, I'm having trouble hearing you, then it's like... I probably turned it off when we were fucking trying to figure that shit out.
Scotty has been muted. I don't think he said much anyway, though.
No, I was mainly just listening to what you were saying, but, I lost my train of thought. Let's just continue on.
Let's do the math in the ass.
Believe that blacks and other minorities are every bit as capable as whites of succeeding as policemen, firemen, businessmen,
blacks can shoot blacks
lawyers,
too, just as successful as
doctors,
police,
politicians, and college students.
Okay.
Yet for this belief, conservatives are called racist. The
no.
irony, of course, is that
What?
those who accuse conservatives
Hold on.
of being racist...
That was an interesting bait and switch. All of a sudden, the reason conservatives are called racist is because we believe in equality for prosperity for everyone. It's like, no, that's not how it happened. You're misidentifying the roots of this problem for your party. I'm sorry.
Not to mention, if conservatives really were that we're pro-minority, they would really have more people in minority groups backing them. It's like no, it's just because there's this lie being told about us. Like, then why do people believe that lie? There's it's like because there's no basis to that. I mean, like,
they just believe that
it's a giant conspiracy against them is basically what they're saying.
They believe socialism has huckstered black people or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like they've just been tricked into thinking these socialist policies help them when they don't.
Because these Democrats pander to them. Yeah, because we know Republicans don't pander to their base.
Racist believe that blacks and other minorities are not as capable as whites of succeeding and therefore still need affirmative action, almost a half century after it was first implemented. Let's look at another issue.
Affirmative action is not even okay. Let's move on to an issue that people actually give a shit about. Affirmative action is not the major source of racial tensions in America.
No.
It's not even fucking close.
Contrast between conservatives and those who accuse them of being racist is even more starkly drawn. Voter ID. Conservatives say that America should require that every voter present an ID when he or she votes, just as European countries do in order to help keep their elections honest. Are all these democracies racist? Of course not. Yet the accusers say that conservatives who support voter ID are racist. Why do they say this? Because, they argue, it's really a ruse to prevent blacks and other minorities from voting, since many of them just aren't capable of acquiring an ID. Can you get more condescending than that?
The problem is that the Republican Party has an established track record of trying to suppress minority voter turnouts, even going so far in some instances to send out cards to black neighborhoods, misrepresenting when the election is actually being held.
They've also tried to eliminate early voting, which for some people who can't vote on a Tuesday afternoon, standing in line for hours to vote, they can vote early on a day, on a weekend or something.
You guys are condescending white liberals. Well, conservatives want to defend the black rights to vote. white people such as Ben and TJ are against it.
The whole thing about the voter ID thing too is that every time they've ever tried to do a study on, you know, the problem of like voter fraud, like on an individual level,
is
like,
this a huge issue?
No,
it's not.
It's never been. You know, the real people that you need to worry about committing voter fraud are the people that control the fucking voting machines and shit. Not people who like, I'm gonna drive to like 3 different districts and vote 3 times, thus subverting American democracy forever.
I'm gonna vote as this dead person.
I'm gonna register as me, my father, and my grandfather.
Let's be real. You need an ID to drive, to fly, to buy a beer, even to purchase some cold medicines. Whites can do it, but blacks can't? Tell me who the racists are again? One more example. It's conservatives who push for school vouchers, which would allow all parents, not just wealthy ones, to choose their children's school. It's the other side that doesn't trust minority parents to select an appropriate school for their children. Why aren't the people who
I don't
compel
trust any
black
of them
children
to
to stay...
fucking select a good school for their children. There's too many crazy fucking ideas floating around this country. Especially when you can...
and it's like basically let's give unregulated private schools
government money.
Yeah, government money.
Yeah, like, so we're basically like because we don't want taxpayers funding creationist schools, basically.
In terrible schools, the racists. At some point, maybe you'll start asking
Maybe
yourself,
because the schools are
like I did,
underfunded, huh?
Who's really obsessed with race? And whose policies really hurt blacks and minorities?
I don't know.
It's not who you think it is.
Conservative policies pretty
I'm
much
Derek Green.
hurt everyone besides the rich and powerful.
I don't
so-
like, you know, like if you're gonna fucking just deliver rhetoric for one side, then present it as that. Don't present it as like this objective thing where you like ask some
guys.
honest question, like, so let's decide who really does this. It's like, okay, you're obviously not presenting a question to people. You're just telling them what to think. So don't act like you're doing otherwise. You know, there's nothing wrong with making like rhetoric for your side, but at least present it as that.
All right, next video is Mild Bill. For America.
Testosterone deficient America.
Yeah. He's getting
Hello,
more creative
everybody.
with his
Wild Bill
titles.
for America here.
Stop.
It started back in the 60s when the left began.
What is going on with that shirt?
Yeah, I know.
Take us off the screen for a second so they can see this fucking shirt.
in the 60s.
I normally wouldn't make you do that, but this is an instance like this. And the fucking irony is it's in a video called Testosterone Deficient America.
Well, Wild Bill's an old guy. TJ,
Okay,
come on.
maybe he's gonna say in the video that he's joking around with that
TJ.
shirt.
He should probably drop one more button, you know, like get some gold chains, show
You know,
some like chest hair. Like,
you guys are
yeah.
ageist. You know, Wild Bill has a normal testosterone deficiency. There's no big deal. You guys might have it when you get his age too. You know, calm down with that, you guys.
Wild Bill's trying to pick up chicks at the park, man.
He needs to bring a dog. All right, he only has his cancer friend's cat though.
Yeah.
He can bring that though.
This is my friend's cat. Friend has cancer.
He gets to sleep in a car.
He sleeps in my car, in my driveway. No room for him in my trailer, so anyway, come back to my place.
Their attack on American values in earnest. For some reason, this wonderful nation, representing freedom and prosperity to the world, is hated by certain people. And those people, driven by the
Like
same
you?
hatred that powered Nazism, communism,
Hold on.
and other isms.
Every other video you're talking shit about America. You don't like the president. You don't like anyone in the fucking government, pretty much. You think the entire country is like too liberal, and like you criticize pretty much every social advancement that's happening anywhere. So when you talk about people who hate America, you talk about your fucking self.
Yeah, you should be.
Because I mean, like, it seems to me like you don't approve of much that's going on.
He approves of his bullshit vision of America. That's really what he's saying. He's like, they're all sitting around America. You should be like how it used to be, more closed-minded and white.
That have left a trail of dead bodies are out to bring down the USA. And what was the quote? To fundamentally transform the United States. Now, I'm going to be going up to Panama City to speak to the Association of Underwater Demolition Veterans, the group that eventually gave us the Navy SEALs. I've been thinking about these Vietnam veterans and how the USA is different now from when they served. Something is missing from mainstream America. Something has been stolen from the USA, and I believe that is manhood. The sissifying of American boys and the emasculation of American men is one of the most sinister schemes of the enemies of freedom.
It's like that street preacher from earlier. Like, you men need to learn to train your bitches.
The enemies of freedom, TJ. So, TJ, you may not have realized this, but you're an enemy of freedom.
Okay.
You just hate freedom. Like, you see freedom, you're just like, kill it!
You hate capitalism, so...
Gun down freedom wherever it
TJ's
fucking
the enemy
stands.
of everything. TJ, you're really just an enemy of America, dude.
I dig it.
The human body doesn't have enough healthy blood cells. It dies a slow death. When a man doesn't have enough testosterone, he becomes a liberal. And when a nation has too many testosterone deficient men, insanity sets in. We now have young men cutting off their wee-wees and calling themselves Susie. That is nothing but bat crap crazy. Insanity from testosterone deficiency is everywhere. Including the White House. It's time for manhood to make a comeback in the USA. The Boy Scouts of America has been the world's #1 program for training boys to become men of excellence.
Ruined it.
We all know what the enemies of freedom have done to the Boy Scouts. There are two things that the evil ones fear.
Turn it into a gay
true
pride
grit
parade.
And amazing grace. Men who remember what it means to be an American man. And men who
People knew who
recognize
they
and
were
honor
then.
God.
Goyles were goyles and men were men.
They were good Christians.
Man, I remember back.
They went to church. And they knew their neighbor's name.
Back in the good old days when we were just men, any conflict you had could be solved by arm wrestling. Just lay your arm. You disagree with me? Bang, all right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Told you the sun goes around the earth, stupid.
Their lives, their families, and their nation. Men who know when it's time for a showdown with the testosterone deficient freaks.
You are
who
wearing
targeting
a
our
purple
children
shirt
and
covered
nation.
in flower
If you
leaves.
agree with this message, forward it to others.
Or is it
and
blue?
please consider becoming a monthly donor. This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching, and America bless God again.
There was no testosterone involved in the selection of your shirt, so you might want to get yourself checked for liberalitis.
America bless God, TJ.
I like how he literally places America above God to the point where it's like God needs to fucking seek America's approval, motherfucker.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. Man avoids 35 years of jail because woman lied about rape, now finally free.
I'm died thinking that I'm a rapist. Can't give that back to me.
An East County man is free tonight after a
what?
Team 10 investigation
Look, guys.
helped expose major problems
This
in
guy's
the case
crying.
against him.
Wild Bill is right.
But, the feminists...
35 years, all he should have done was, that's nothing.
These feminists, they need to get their male tears mugs out, because this guy's crying just because he was falsely accused of rape, something that never happens, ever.
It didn't
The
happen,
man
TJ.
and his
He probably
supporters
did
are
it.
appalled at what happened to him in a story of rape
Supporters,
charges,
crazy
lying-
people. Crazy supporters. They were supporting a rapist.
What is going on with the news people here? What is going on with their fucking hair and shit? Is this what local news people look like?
One of us.
They don't even look like human beings.
TJ, this is San Diego's news source.
They look like fucking matchstick heads with fucking
I like
brooms
this.
on top.
Team 10 investigates. Yeah, some hard-hitting journalism here.
Jesus Christ, they're ugly.
is in jail time.
And his story went
Get off the
unnoticed
screen.
until a distraught father contacted
Get off the
Team
screen.
10. Troubleshooter Kristen Severance investigates.
Bleh.
Everyone in my family thinks I'm a sex offender. They think I'm a rapist. Everyone does.
Scott Espinosa
Quit whining, male scum.
was facing 35 years in prison. He was convicted of 6 felonies, including rape by force and pimping. Police said the victim was 14 years old, but she wasn't. In fact, much of the case against Espinosa...
So the police just lied about her age? And that's okay.
Yeah, this isn't a huge miscarriage of justice.
wasn't as it seemed.
And there is a bunch of guys in the living room.
San Diego police taped an interview of the alleged victim.
There was 10 of them there.
She said 10 customers, Johns, waited to take their turn inside of Espinosa's apartment. 2 men at a time, the victim told police. She also said Espinosa held her captive. Lawyer Laura Wilson shadowed the defense in this case because she said she's considering going into criminal law. She listened to the police tapes.
She comes back the second interview 2 days later where the prosecutor even asked her about these 10 men, and she said, oh, well, yeah, that never happened. She said, I must have dreamt that.
Sources familiar with the Espinosa case prefer to remain anonymous, fearing reprisals.
I dreamt it.
It was all a dream.
And they proceeded with the case. When you have someone who's so inconsistent, one day for the other, it's like, oh, I said 10 men raped me. Oh, I was dreaming.
That was a dream. You guys thought that was real? Oh my god, no. That was just a dream.
But TJ, remember, this never happens.
It was also raped by Count Chocula. I think that might have really happened, actually. Oh no, that was a
within
dream
the criminal
too.
justice system. The sources said witnesses who never testified tell a far different story than the victim.
The woman was free to come and go in the complex. She would go to a neighbor to have her hair done. She would go to another neighbor to smoke a cigarette.
In fact, several witnesses told Team 10 and investigators that Espinosa put the victim up at his apartment because she said she was homeless. And it turns out the victim is not 14, but at least 22 years old at the time, with 3 children. She does not hold custody. Still, the jury found Espinosa guilty.
I was in jail for 589 days, I believe.
Justice is served.
Justice is served.
Yeah.
Someone made an accusation, and wow, they must be guilty. I mean, that's the problem.
Ryan Wiley says we should believe him.
That's the problem with our justice system in America. Is now it's basically like this person has been accused of like this crime, and it's a serious crime. Like rape.
Does the accuser have a vagina?
Yes.
Then we must believe her. Proceed with arresting that man. We're trying to pass a new law that says we don't even have to try them anymore.
Like almost 19 months.
For woman accusers, you go
Espinosa said
directly to
hard
prison.
time isn't the worst thing that happened. His mother committed suicide while he was in prison. She was convinced her son was there for life.
Male tears.
You know, my mom died thinking that I'm a rapist. Can't give that back to me.
Wow.
It's a, you know.
Wow, that's so fucking terrible.
No, man. No, it's great. This is exactly the sort of system we need, you know. Guilty until proven innocent.
That's pretty fucked
That's
up.
how rape cases should be approached, guys. Doesn't lead to bad results at all. Look, you know, this guy might have, you know, for every guy like that who is a victim of the otherwise perfect system, 1,000 real rapists are put in jail, so it's all worth it.
Yeah, I think not. I think
because
it demonstrates how easy it is. I mean, look, it just demonstrates to you how simple it is. If an accusation in these cases are made, this guy was innocent. It didn't matter. It was almost like that's like, oh, really? You're innocent, huh? Oh, oops.
Sucks to be you, buddy.
Like, sorry, you had to spend almost 2 years in jail for nothing, and probably, you know, have thousands of dollars in legal fees for fighting a case, but you're innocent. But
sorry, your mom committed suicide thinking her son was a rapist. You know,
oh,
sorry
well.
for all that. You know, but
yeah, it doesn't. You know, people don't realize it. Like, imagine how this guy's family felt, where it's like they're convinced their son, at least his mom, is like, my son is this horrible rapist. He's this horrible person. I mean, I might still love him, but he's a terrible person.
Meanwhile, Wilson was so upset about what happened in the courtroom and the inconsistencies in the testimony and evidence that she wrote this declaration laying it all out to trial judge Michael Smythe. Smythe also received a request for a retrial by Espinosa's new court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
Team 10 cameras were there when the judge agreed to a retrial, but it never happened.
Some nights I can't sleep, just thinking about it.
Team 10 tracked down the 22-year-old woman's mother in Oregon. Teresa Peterson said her daughter is a longtime drug user, prostitute, and liar.
Thinking about it now, it just breaks my heart. That's my daughter.
She knew what her daughter's accusations had done to Espinosa's life.
I'd like to see him get a fair trial and ultimately a release.
Instead, the DA offered Espinosa a deal, but he had to weigh his options. He could go free, but he'd have to plead guilty to pandering or promoting prostitution, or he could have that retrial. Espinosa took the plea deal. He said he couldn't trust the justice system to get it right. the second time.
Right.
It's like a dreaming.
Yep.
Like a dreaming, going to wake up.
Yeah.
Patriarchy, guys.
He would rather allow himself to have a charge like that on his record.
Yeah, you can go free. I like in these justice systems where it's like, and we see this now, it's like people will be innocent, and it's like, well, you still have to plead guilty, but then we'll let you go. It's like, so we all know I'm innocent, but for you to save face, I still have to plead guilty to some lesser charge. Like, yes.
Correct.
Pandering to prostitution.
All right, we found you guilty of guilty of a triple homicide, which you actually did not do. But you do have to plead guilty to breaking into their house, which you also did not do. It's like,
all right.
I guess, okay. Sure, if you'll let me go if I say that, I guess I'll say it.
His dad was there to greet him as he left jail.
Love you so much.
And so was Team 10.
Oh, you ain't dreaming, brother.
Now, we would never reveal the name of a sexual assault victim, but in this case, all rape charges against Espinosa were dropped. And it's not clear tonight where Leslie Peterson is today. Not even her mother knows. As for Espinosa, he's looking for work, he's looking for a job, and he's really, just trying to stay positive about everything that's happened to him.
I love how there's a thing at the end that's still like, now we would never reveal the name of a fucking victim of sexual assault. It's like, well, this person obviously was not.
This person is not. This person is a fraud and a liar.
So why would you even mention that?
Yeah, I also like to know why the San Diego Police Department isn't opening an investigation into her and, filing a false police report and probably the other numerous crimes she's committed. If anyone belongs in jail, it's her.
She wouldn't even do that much time, even if she got convicted.
So what? Dude, even if she had 3 years, she would fucking deserve it, in my opinion. Like, I'm not even for throwing most people in jail, but anyone like that, they deserve some sort of punishment. They shouldn't just get nothing for doing this to this guy.
Saying we gotta train women, huh, Scotty? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I think that is what you're saying.
Well, then you're an idiot.
You a sexist, Scotty.
Okay.
You support the patriarchy.
Yep.
Mansplainer.
I'm not explaining anything. I'm just sitting here like
I didn't
listening
say
to you ramble.
explain. I said mansplain.
I understand what you said, T.
Mansplain. Quit mansplaining, Scotty.
I'll mansplain all I want. I like how
you're a rapist, Scotty.
No, that's not what they say. You're a potential rapist.
No, you are a rapist. You've been upgraded.
I've been upgraded.
I saw you look at me with your rape eyes.
Okay.
Every cell of my body is owned by your eyes, and I did not like that.
Am I G-Time Scotty now?
You're a Catholic time terrorist.
Yeah. G-Time Scotty.
He's not a Catholic time terrorist.
I actually am a Catholic time terrorist.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. We've all been a Catholic time terrorist from time to time.
It's good to know.
Here's a news report about drunk Secret Service agents crashing.
America!
Another scandal for the embattled agency responsible for protecting the president. This time claims two of its top officials, including the second in charge of President Obama's own personal security detail, went out drinking at a party, got behind the wheel of a government car, and plowed into a security barricade at the White House. Uniformed officers at the scene wanted to check the official's sobriety and
they have
make
a
arrest.
fucking stressful job, Gotta unwind, have a few drinks now
listen to
and
this.
then.
They're saying they want to check the sobriety. I'm guessing someone intervened on their behalf, and it was just all kind of they tried to sweep it under the rug. Is what it sounds like.
It was determined that they had done nothing wrong, Scotty.
Oh, of course.
I don't think. I mean, getting drunk and crashing into a barricade, whatever. They're Secret Service.
No big deal.
They probably thought they could.
They don't really have any real responsibilities to worry about.
I mean, I want them. I want my Secret Service agents
kinda
loose. You know,
loose.
yeah. I don't want them all tense. Get drunk, get a massage, happy ending. You know what I'm saying? Make them
Supervisor
feel
intervened and let them
loose.
off. Details reported first in the Washington Post.
Our sources have said to us that the uniform officers believed these two individuals very likely to have been drinking, and that's a violation of being in a government car for the Secret Service.
Ridiculous.
And that they were told to stand down when they were talking about a test.
The Secret Service says the agents in question have been reassigned to, quote, non-operational positions, and now the administration is investigating the incident. Chairs of the House
Investigating.
Oversight Committee calling for quick
What?
action as well.
What a joke. Agents allowed to leave Sing. So these guys were drunk, and they allowed them to continue endangering other people.
I love how they're like, we need to get quick action on this. It's like, you know what would have been quick action if they would have just let the police
their
actually
fucking
arrest
job,
them. You know,
yeah.
that would have been quick action.
Because we know when the average citizen, like you crash into a barricade.
It's exactly the
Yeah.
opposite of quick action you're seeking. You're trying to fucking delay this shit so the media cycle forgets about it, and you're not even under the microscope anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, like, okay, you imagine if you did this, what would happen to you?
Well,
You know,
I'm not a Secret Service agent, Scotty.
I'm just saying it's fucking bullshit when you hear these stories like this, like the mayor of a town or something. It's like, oh, well, everyone's equal in our society. It's like, well, obviously not, because these guys just got away with the crime.
Justin Bieber gets away with this shit too.
Actually, no, he still even got arrested. Like, these guys didn't even like get pulled out of the car. Like, oh, don't even do the test on him. Let him go. That was all that happened to him.
We need quick action on this.
Saying, quote, the fact that this event involved senior level agents is not only embarrassing, but exhibits a clear lack of judgment in a potentially dangerous situation.
No.
But it's not the first time agents have gotten in trouble. In
They get in trouble all the
2012,
time.
nearly a dozen agents were accused of bringing prostitutes
Yeah.
back to their hotel rooms in Colombia.
I remember
so
that.
shocked.
In
Yeah, I remember
Colombia.
I just don't think either of these things are big deals. You know, the Secret Service likes to get fucked. Wow, they're human beings. Interesting. The Secret Service gets drunk and drives. You know, I could see why that's a problem, but I mean,
you are you joking?
No.
You're serious?
No, I mean, I'm serious.
Are you a moron?
They weren't. It's not like they were on duty. Not like the president's in the fucking back seat and they're driving around drunk.
Okay, but here's the thing. It's like they have like those were guys who are actually on security details whose job is to like look after the welfare of the president.
Mm-hmm.
And they're off getting fucking prostitutes and getting wasted. Like, how are they going to adequately do their job? You think they're going to go out drinking all night?
Well, how does
And then-
anyone adequately do their job then?
They have a fucking very specific and important job. It's like it's not like a job where you can fuck around. You can't be like special forces.
Well, apparently,
and about to go on a mission.
Apparently, it is, Scotty. It seems like they do a lot of fucking around.
They do it. I'm saying, but do you? I'm
How
saying,
many presidents have died recently? Come on.
That's not the fucking point. The point is, if you're in a job like that or any sensitive job, you should have a little bit more
In fact,
discretion.
you know, I bet you the reason that the JFK's Secret Service agents
Okay,
failed them is because they were sober.
And just look at the fucking shit where the guy got 100 fucking yards into the White House.
I think a drunk guy is much more likely to jump in front of a bullet for you than a sober one. Think about that. You know?
Run along the motorcade if they've been fucking wasted, you moron.
They're fucking Secret Service agents, guys. These dudes are pretty physically fit.
That might be so if they were not wasted. So you're saying it's fine, like, you know, it's no big deal.
I think that the Secret Service agents should be openly drinking all the time, like Christopher Hitchens.
Okay, you're a fucking moron. Enough arguing with you.
And last year, 3 agents sent home from the Netherlands after they went out drinking. One
Oh.
found passed out drunk in the.
Oh yeah, they were drinking. Sure, they were.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're having a good time.
Also, I mean,
people that this is unacceptable.
What do you think, Ben?
I don't know. I mean, the prostitute thing. If they were off duty, and I believe it's legal there too, so they weren't really breaking any laws or anything when they were doing that.
But they have to uphold the dignity of their fucking.
I don't really give a shit about
jobs,
that.
Ben. What about the drinking though? You think it's okay if it's off duty?
Well, were they driving like a government car?
Yes, they were driving a
Yeah,
government car.
yeah. Then that's a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, let's see here.
The Secret Service has a lot of fun, though. Sounds like they have good times.
Yeah, it sounds like the Amsterdam Hotel. The fuck?
Yeah, they're not a bunch of self-serious fucks. They're just like, they're out there to party.
That's like the funnest law enforcement agency.
Woo! Yeah, Secret Service.
Yeah.
Get to go all over the place.
And they work for the Treasury Department. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
So if the Treasury ever wants the president killed,
I don't know. I don't.
They've already infiltrated the White House.
All right, let's see.
It's part of the Secret Service's job. Keep the president in line.
Did you hear about the cops getting killed in Ferguson?
No.
Yeah, someone killed some cops.
I heard about some cops getting shot in Ferguson, but the ones I'm thinking of lived.
Oh, did they live? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they